What is up, guys? Private Eye Russ here, and welcome to another episode of the Private Eye Russ podcast. I'm your host, owner, operator, private investigation security consulting firm, corporate theft investigations, criminal defense investigations, litigation support investigations, pre-long-term relationship, pre-cohabitation, pre-marital investigations. Enough said. You want to know what happened in the past before you met them, I will set you straight. Personal coaching sessions, whether virtually or in person, if you're here locally in Florida and you have goals and things you need to change in your life about your personality, your approach, or you just need a set of instructions about how to go about certain situations, I will set you straight with all those. For all those different services, please reach out to me at Russ, R-U-S-S, at privateeruss.com. That's privateeruss.com. Alternatively, you can send me a direct message on X. All right, so this one is a story time. And, sugar daddies had to take an L on this one. Several sugar daddies had to take an L on this one. Okay, so this one is called Patient Zero, and you probably already know what direction this is going in. So I know a lot of guys. Some are divorced, some are not divorced. Usually very successful guys that utilize the services of sugar babies. All right, so let's go ahead and take a quick side note. Sugar babies are sex workers. Okay, everybody, people have this thing, and you have these women go on YouTube and say, "Oh no, it's not sex work." Of course, they're gonna say that their mother and their father and their priest, or their old middle school teacher are watching YouTube, and so they don't want to go on YouTube and say, "Yes, I'm a hoe." 304 or whatever. Yeah, but yeah, it is sex work. All right, so let's go ahead and establish that. So guys aren't paying a subscription to a woman in a monthly or weekly allowance, they call it, just to sit down and have dinner with them. I mean, like, really, is anybody really buying that? Somehow it's perfectly legal. But if you pick up a sex worker on a corner on one of these websites where they advertise their services, you're going to jail. Go figure. I can't figure it out. Or the cuddle sites. There's actually cuddling sites where you can pay women to cuddle with you, and people will also claim that there is no that's not sex work. And okay, I shouldn't laugh at people's naivete, but that's so naive. Okay, I'm gonna lay down next to a woman who I picked out on some site because of her look, and we're gonna be in my PJs, and my PJs are boxer shorts and a t-shirt, and we're gonna just cuddle, and I'm gonna be spooning this attractive young woman, and there's not going to be any sort of chemical reaction, at least on my part. Nothing. Come on, man. All right. So anyway, let me get back on track. Swerved out of control. Maybe I'll tell some of the if you guys want to hear more sugar baby stories, I got a bunch of them. If you want to hear cuddle site stories, I got a bunch of those as well too. I got Instagram sex work stories, man. So let me know in the comment section below. Sorry for the dearth of videos. I had some really bad allergies to where my voice, I'm still struggling a little bit. My voice just got so scratchy and so bad that it made it difficult to talk for very long periods of time. And when I did have to talk to people, the clients, I had to make sure I drank tea. I was taking zinc lozenges, and the worst of it seems to be over with. But I probably need to adjust what I'm taking for my allergies. So anyway, so sugar daddy associate calls me up, and buddies of mine tell me like some of the most awful stories they have to go through. Women will tell me bad stories about things. People just tend to open up to me about different things, and obviously I'm not going to put anybody's name out there, but I'm usually really good about giving them a lot of feedback. And even the women I've talked to that were sex workers, I'm not judging them. That's what they do. Make your money, do your thing. If there weren't guys willing to buy it, women wouldn't be willing to sell it. You know what I'm saying? World's oldest profession for a reason. It's not going anywhere. So he said, "Hey, I got burned by a sugar baby," and so I'm sitting there, first, I'm looking at this, I'm like, what, like she cheated out of money? Like you paid her for something, or you lent her money, she didn't pay you back? No, I got burned, as in I got to take penicillin. I was like, oh, that burned. And he's like, and so we started talking about it, and this is a sugar baby, and I posted today about on X. If you're not following me on X, please do so at Private Eye Russ. I put a lot of juicy stuff out there, and some thought-provoking things as well too. And I encourage interaction and thought process. If you just want to go there just to post and be foolish, and okay, some guys will entertain that as well too. So whatever, there's something for everybody on X. So the thing I posted on X was specifically women to avoid. Okay, so the women to avoid are let me see here. Where's my post here? I should have had this ready. Sorry. All right, so okay, women to avoid. Red flags. The woman who says the you don't have to wear protection chick. So briefly, this is a woman who either wants to get pregnant and beats you over the head with child support facilitated by the family court system, or she's a woman who lets everybody go in there raw and doesn't care about her own health or safety or anyone else's. So this was unfortunately a sugar baby, and when you look at it, she looks like a really pretty, innocent girl next door. Pretty girl, obviously. And so, and I call her patient zero because this guy and a few other people also had the same encounter with her and also wound up on the list of the infected. All right, so unlike the zombie virus, there was a cure for what they got. It's not like Resident Evil where patient zero bit one person and it just spread like wildfire. So. And so as I'm talking to him, he's like, well, she said she was on birth control. Okay. Another big red flag. Do not trust it. Birth control is not 100%. The pill is not 100%. Nothing is 100%. Everything you stack in your favor protects you from unwanted pregnancies, but also, only one of those has a chance to protect you from unwanted, and I mean, they're all unwanted STDs. So I don't know why I said that. Unwanted STDs, like that. There's a good STD list and a bad STD. No, there's not. They're all unwanted. And so he took her word that she didn't have anything, and he went raw, man, just like some of his other friends who also, it's kind of weird. Some of these guys will use the same sugar baby. I don't know if I'd want. I don't know if I'd want to share sugar babies with buddies of mine, but I'm not a sugar daddy, so to each his own, right? And so they all wound up getting burned by the same young lady. And my thing would be, man, what if she's stacking clients? Like she's got one dude she's seeing at lunchtime, and then straight from there she's going to another dude's place, and she's letting everybody go in there raw. Does she have time to clean house, do any housekeeping? You never know if a woman's willing to let just everybody go in there. Is she really concerned with cleanliness down there? Clearly not her health. And so you got to wonder, man, if dudes are just splashing around and I wouldn't even say it. You guys can figure it out. You guys can figure it out. Sorry for the visual. But so patient zero, by his estimate, I didn't look into this. I didn't investigate. I was just getting this, from him. And well-to-do guy, and she had a lot of she has or had a lot of very well-to-do clients. Obviously, they all dropped her because everybody got burned, and so they all got the same thing. They all got the you know exactly what that is, and you got to be really, really careful. Your junk is very vulnerable, and there are some women who are walking around with STDs that have no idea that they have it just because of the internal nature of their nether regions. With men, there are almost always some sort of visual cue. I won't go into that. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of YouTube videos about that. I don't want to gross anybody out, but you guys understand what I'm talking about. Usually involves some kind of discharge or something, or some sort of irritation. And so men can typically tell. Now, to the guys who are going in and just rolling the dice, dude, stop rolling the dice, man. Stop rolling the dice. Number one, stop being irresponsible with your seed. Number two, some of you dudes are out there spreading that stuff as well. Come on, stop doing that, man. If you know you got something, take care of it, cover up, do what you got to do. But there are women out there who don't even know. Now, there are also women out there who know they have things. There's been a few news articles about men and women who had HIV and knew it and would engage in unprotected fun bedroom activity with people just for the purpose of being vindictive and mean and trying to infect as many people as they can. There are people out there like that. I think it's evil, but you got to be really careful. And so, he shared a bunch of pictures of patient zero with me. Like, look at her. She looks like a normal girl. And I'm sitting there like, okay, what do you guys think a woman looks like that has an STD? What does she have? Like bloodshot eyes, or they look like she got jaundice? Like you can't tell by looking at someone. You can't look at someone and say, okay, she comes from a good family background. She's well educated. She's really pretty. She stays in shape. And so she couldn't have an STD. That anybody can have some of these things, not necessarily through any malfeasance, but it doesn't mean that, you can't get it anyway. Right. So, however you get it, it doesn't matter. You still got it. So, luckily these guys escaped with, something that's not going to be a lifelong journey, or something that's not going to be life-threatening, but it easily could have gone that way. You sugar daddies got to be more. You got to be more discerning. I talked about this before. Maybe I'll make a video about this. I will make a video about it. But all the women on these sugar baby sites are not adults. Okay, so that might be my next video. So anyway, please, while you're here, like, subscribe, share. Let's get to, we got over 1,000, over 1,000 subscribers. Let's try to get to 2,000 subscribers and grow the community. And I thank every single one of you for tuning in. This has been an episode of the Private Eye Russ podcast. I will see you guys in the next one. And if you have any suggestions, topics you want me to cover or things you want me to react to, leave them in the comment section and I will try to get to them, guys. Thank you.